Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yes Have Some Podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg. Welcome to the show. Another week has gone by in our lives. Another week that we pine for movies. They're coming. Movies are coming out. Mortal Kombat's out. Black Widow's coming soon. Things are happening.
We're getting there.
I'm so glad. I just want to say this. It's underrated how much better this year has been than last year already. Like, we're not talking about it enough.
We're quick to forget, like, the stretches of days where it was like we were like doing bowling in the front yard for the Friday night activity.
Guys, I came up with a new fun activity. It's called bowling. Get this.
Guys, I got a new Lego set.
Abigail Gardner, what's up?
I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't send me any Legos.
Okay.
Because I won't finish them.
Jacob Walsh, what's up, dude?
Hey, I'm doing well. Just kind of hanging out. Hey, you know what?
Talk to me.
I'm doing well, but listen, I was listening to Brock Parker on the Bama Geeks podcast talking about his he was talking about his experience watching Godzilla vs. Kong for the first time.
Okay.
They had to watch it. They watched it at home.
Okay.
Not gonna judge him for that. I get it.
It's available.
Yeah.
It's available. But he put it on in the first 10 minutes. I'm just gonna tell Brock's story from
That's
his
what we
show
do.
on
You listen to this is how we gain our content for the show.
Yeah. We just listen to the other shows.
Yeah.
For like the first 10 minutes, his sound was weird.
Oh.
And he said that he had to like look it up, and other people were having some of the same issues, and it had something to do with like, I don't know, the settings plus the way the movie was, mixed or whatever was kind of for theater, but it was on TV and it was just causing issues. And it upset me to hear that, because it just goes back to that thing, the conversation we had months down the road before theaters were back open about, our arguments for why movies should, not be going straight to streaming. And
right.
It just made me hope even more that the further we get into the, clearly theaters are opening back up, and
Theaters are back.
Right.
Godzilla vs. Kong did really well
Yeah.
in the theater. But I really hope this straight to streaming stuff goes away, because if that were me,
Tell me.
I would have. I'm 36 years old. I would have cried. If I was watching Godzilla vs. Kong for the first time and the first 10 minutes were just fucked up,
right?
Because I had to watch it at home and that
shit.
It literally happened to us with the beginning of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It was like we had to go from one format to the next. So yeah, we're not like screen technicians or audio techs.
Wait, whoa.
You might be.
We're not screen technicians?
I'm not.
That's
That's a stressful thing. If you're watching a movie
claim.
inside your house, I'm echoing Jake. It would suck to have it to have the sound too low. We had that. Like, it's very frustrating.
For some reason,
and I need somebody to yell at, so not having not being in a theater.
I've got HBO Max on the smart TV, and I also got on the PS5. And for some reason, when you play it through the TV, like the volume just sucks, even through our surround sound system. So we had to switch over to HBO Max. But my nightmare is sitting down for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and like 10 minutes in, the power goes out, and I stand up and I start screaming at everybody. And they have to escort me out.
God forbid they have like a silent scene that like doesn't have any sound at all, like the Haldo maneuver in Last Jedi.
The Haldo maneuver.
Yeah.
That's my.
I'm gonna be like, someone fix this now.
That's the great. Like, who cares what you think about The Last Jedi? The fact that they had to put up signs at movie theaters,
people were like, "Hey."
Like, what happened? It only goes silent for about
it's like
5 2 seconds. People ran out.
I'm one of those people. I remember when it happened. I was like, "What's wrong?
Something's wrong. Something's wrong." Somebody runs out. They're like, "Listen, there's something wrong. Bruce Dern's daughter was on the screen, and then it went quiet. I don't know what happened."
It's like,
I love that.
Can you imagine like somebody running out during that scene, and they're like, "Hey, there's something wrong in the theater." People are like, "Yeah, we know it's supposed to be silent." And you're like, "No, that's not the issue. Have you seen this fucking movie?
Lord Dern is not very likable right now.
Hey, there's something wrong.
Leia can fly."
Yeah.
Why isn't Luke the hero that we deserve? Somebody just walks out during that scene.
Just came out to complain.
Not my Luke Skywalker. That's not my Luke.
Oh my God.
He'd better show up in some other form down the road on a straight to Disney Plus Mandalorian season 2.
Yes.
If that's a thing.
Then I will be okay.
Listen,
Give me a free
Oh,
popcorn.
boy.
welcome to Yes Have Some Podcast.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 5 years, and we know what we're doing. We're
Yes,
professionals.
yes.
We're screen
kinda.
technicians.
We scripted that entire.
I thought we
bit.
did pretty good.
Thank
No,
It was
I'm
alright.
excited.
I'm
about,
off script.
I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about everything we got going on. It's we're like 40 days from Ghostbusters Day. That's the next benchmark for this
That's
year.
kind of biblical. Yeah, it's good.
Yes.
40 days and 40 nights.
I'm for Lent this year. I am giving up hoping
Lent?
for Lent. What
For
I call
Lent?
Lint
it Lent. Yeah,
for lit.
for the band Lit.
Lit.
You know, well, this year for Limp Bizkit, I'm giving
Dude,
up
for limp.
other music.
For lenticular.
We coexist. We accept all forms of lint, and limp.
Well, my joke's fucked now.
No, it's
what I was
not.
going to say was for Lent, because
Yeah.
I'm half Catholic too. A lot of people don't realize that.
Okay.
Last name's Goldberg, middle name, the Pope. And
It's like Robert.
I gave up hoping for a Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer on Ghostbusters Day.
Oh, okay.
That's what I give up for. So,
You give up hope.
no, there's going to be something. I don't think we're going to get the trailer. I really think we're going to get maybe like a new poster. Here's, you guys, I haven't even told you this. I think there's going to be another character reveal. I do. And you know what I think it's going to be called?
What's up?
Ready for this? I wish I had a drum roll. Thank you. The Ghostbusters Afterlife character reveal prediction. It's brought to you by Geico. We're not sponsored by Geico, but I'd like to be. I'm just putting it out there.
Geico. We do funny commercials.
It'll be called Meet Dr. Zedmore.
Oh, you
Okay.
think so?
And that's my prediction. That's what I'm putting out there. By the way, speaking of Ghostbusters, we got to put something else
Okay,
out
John,
there.
you're Kaba.
Yeah. Wait,
no.
does it start with just the boots?
I love John.
Just the boots.
You guys, he's not even
John,
here
just the boots, your Cabo.
he's not even here to defend
know.
himself.
He's great. Obviously, he's part of the fam.
I want to give it up for our boys in the Ghostbusters containment unit, who right now, Matt and Tom,
Doing the Lord's work.
they are attempting.
They are.
I got to
Doing
go back.
what we
It's
wouldn't.
I feel like John, your kid, was going to listen to this and be like, "What the fuck did
No,
I do to
we
Abby?"
We're
Dude,
just kidding, John. We love
yeah,
you.
we love John.
That's okay.
Dude, he's getting a shout out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good
Messing
for
with him. Come
John.
on. Craig, don't be so insane.
Good for John.
What is that?
Good for him. Congratulations. We mentioned your name.
Congratulations, you got one shout out.
Good for you. John bought a toy this week. He told us.
Nice. It's a good week. And then you got a shout out.
We have gone off the rails so quick. Lee,
Please tell me what you're
Matt Sanders, Tom Henry of the Ghostbusters Containment Unit are currently in Florida, St. Augustine, at the Bill Murray Charity Murray Brothers Golf Tournament, attempting to do what many have attempted. Many have failed. Some people have even lost their lives doing it. Some people have lost their cell phones doing it for sure.
Some people have made entire
gonna say.
documentaries about it.
They are attempting to meet and secure autographs from Bill Murray himself. I'm waiting on live updates. I will let everybody know.
I'm kind of annoyed about it, honestly.
Well, I just got...
Wait, weren't we supposed to go there tonight to stalk him?
Well, we talked about driving
it.
to St.
Just
Augustine.
The thing is that it's only
But you
2
wanted to give
hours
John
away
your
from-
Caba a big
shout out.
shout out.
I said, no, I'm doing the shout out tonight.
By the way, go check out John Caba's art. He's incredible and was recently featured on the official Ghostbusters Instagram for his Afterlife artwork. Interesting. Okay, so good luck to those guys.
Yeah.
I would be so stressed if I was them. Asking for autographs is already an awkward thing. Especially
yeah, nobody wants to ask Bill Murray.
God.
if I went up to Bill Murray to ask for an autograph, I'd go up to him and be like, "Hey Bill,
Mr. Murray.
aren't you Brian Doyle Murray's brother?" I feel like that's what I would say.
I'd be terrified. Like, because of what he means and the risk factor of like how bad it could go.
I'd be like, "Hey Bill, does your brother still run Noah's Arcade?" Like, I would only be able to reference
it's
Brian Doyle.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
Movies that he's not in.
Yeah, movies on it.
His brother was in.
Hey Bill, I really like okay. Guys, guess what tonight
That's why
is?
they are there.
That's what's
not
happened.
us.
That's why I'm not
containment
there.
units there, not us.
Before we get going, make sure if this is your first time listening to Yes Have Some Podcast that you are subscribing on all of the feeds, Spotify, iTunes. And what we really want you to do is go to iTunes, leave a 5-star review. Let us know what you think. Those reviews help us. It gets into the algorithm, and then more people will listen to YHS. And also, if you're watching us, the video on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Leave a comment,
Leave a comment.
I go back and read them. It's fun.
Abby reads them.
It's fun.
And analyzes them and decides whether or not you will get a
Take
shout
them into
out.
therapy. It's pretty cool.
And also, we don't just do Yes Have Some, folks. We've got Toy Anxiety every Tuesday night here on the channel live at 9:30, which Toy Anxiety is so like high volume and high stress with the chat and
like a busy
the yelling.
restaurant, yeah.
Like Yes Have Some.
The chat and the yelling.
This is
chat
that's
plus
all
the
it is.
yelling.
this has become like my respite. Like this is where I come to like chill and just have a nice conversation with you guys.
Yeah.
Because we're the owners of Yes Have Some. Everything else, everybody bows to us.
Yes.
Even the 4 people on
Hey,
Toy Anxiety
we can
worship
shut
us.
we can shut those other shows down. And
Yeah.
We could.
Just
Water.
with the
So don't get
click
cocky.
of a button.
Don't get cocky,
No
Ryan
shout
Dole.
outs. No
Yeah.
show.
You shut your shit down.
And also, Jake's referencing his own other show. You can shut your own show down.
At any point, he's going to turn the car around.
Hey, I saw something.
yeah.
I saw something funny today. That the some Facebook page wrote an article about Godzilla versus Kong, and for some reason they referenced it. I think it was like auto written or something, but it said the matchup of the century: Godzilla, King of the Monsters versus King Kong. But it was clearly it was tagged the Godzilla King of the Monsters Facebook page. So it was like it was like calling Godzilla like his full name, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Godzilla
yeah,
King of the
yep,
Monsters.
yep.
But
That's
anyways,
great.
what we're gonna do tonight, I'm excited. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We did an Ask YHS Anything. We've got our Facebook group, and if you're not part of it, we say you got to get in group therapy. It's awesome. It's a great community. We have a ton of fun in there. Great discussion. No memes. Quality content only. Excuse me. And we said, hey guys, ask us whatever you want. And I still we got good questions, but I feel like sometimes I want them to bring the heat. I want them to ask like deep, personal,
Like real questions, not silly, dumb questions.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
got.
you mean,
But listen, we got
actual
good
stuff.
We got good questions. I don't want to insult anybody. We did get good questions. It's going to lead to some good discussion. We're going to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Abby, are you
be
excited?
grateful. I'm grateful for these questions and for those who are part of group therapy. And if you're not one of those people, then join and you can send the heat to us.
Are we cranky tonight?
A little bit, but it's good. It's flavorful. It's the
I
salt.
think some
They
of
like it.
You know they like it.
they love when Jake's cranky.
Yeah, we're like a rude, morning show.
I'm gonna just do subliminal messages just to make Jake mad all night. I'm just gonna be like, Jaws Ride doesn't exist anymore. So, anyways,
Okay.
next
All
week
right.
I think. So next week we'll Falcon and Winter Soldier is over. I think we all enjoyed it, but we haven't really had a chance to talk about it. So maybe next week we'll do a little discussion.
Ooh, I'd like it. Yeah.
On that and what we thought and where we think it's going. And congratulations! Spoiler alert: we got a new Captain America.
Oh yeah.
We do.
His
Absolutely.
name's John Walker. I've only watched one episode of the show. So.
Shut the fuck up. You're being
No,
bad.
dude. You know, it's kind of
Sam
cool.
Wilson,
We
yeah.
watched some of Winter Soldier last night, and that the way they introduced Sam Wilson into the MCU, the famous
On your left.
the running scene, the on your left scene, and the payoff you get in Endgame, and then just to see that character. Jake, we could talk about it a little bit for a second.
Okay.
Sam Wilkinson as Falcon was always good, but he was always kind of a side character and
Supporting,
didn't get a lot of screen time. And
100%. Yeah.
And to see them take that character and give him a really meaningful story and a really
Family.
a family that you
Background,
cared about. I
yeah.
heard on another podcast today talking about sometimes I think people watch stuff and don't understand what quality storytelling is.
What did they say?
I just heard I'm not gonna name it. I was listening to another podcast.
Call them out.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't
Fuck
do
'em.
that. But it was another podcast, and the person was saying that they thought all the stuff with his family and the boat was stupid, and they just need to get rid of that and get on with the story. I'm like, well, that was the story. Part of the story was that. Like, you were learning about the character, where he came from, the struggles
Until
he
he
went through.
took account of his life and got his shit together and his house in order. Essentially, he wasn't able to be Captain America. So that's part of the story, and it's the part I liked.
Right.
I love that.
We'll have a more fully fleshed out discussion, but if anybody was wondering if we liked it, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but
10 out of 10, as many stars as I can give him.
I loved it. I loved it.
It's fucking great.
Jake, you loved it?
Yeah, no, it was great. I was surprised by how much I liked it. Yeah, it was very good.
Abby used to hate Bucky.
Dude, I know, and now he's like the background on my phone. It's I've done like a full turn.
Wow.
Dude.
Craig,
Obsessed.
you better get control of that.
You better watch out. Get off that Sebastian Stan account. It's fine. I love him.
Sebastian Stan.
But again, they gave Sebastian Stan, not to go back into it because I know we'll talk about it later, but they gave him backstory. They gave him trauma. They put him in therapy. Like, they gave him night terrors, shit that I can identify with. I loved it. Like, that's...
They gave him night terrors.
They gave him night terrors. I get it. I really, I couldn't love him any more than I in the opposite of how I felt before. I was like completely disinterested.
I loved Winter Soldier always because he had a cool ass arm, and I respect people with cool ass arms.
I like it too.
Let's get on with this Q&A or this Ask YHS Anything. I think we maybe need a little bit of
Oh, we're doing some. Oh,
Yes!
we're getting some music.
Yes, Hafton was taped in front of
Some music.
couple of cats.
a live studio audience full of cats. Here we
Jake's
go.
Moss Garden.
Question 1, right on the screen. Owen Triolo asks, Alien or Predator? And you know what? I respect this question. It's simple, it's to the point, and it leads us to good discussion. Abigail.
Alien.
Do you want to back that up?
I respect the it's more than a trilogy. All the movies. I don't know if it's all of them that I respect. I really like the first two a lot. Covenant wasn't great, but yeah, no.
I like the first two, didn't like Covenant.
The first two, didn't like the rest. Yeah,
okay.
No, and Predator never really was my number one thing. I've seen the first Predator movie, and it's cool. It's violent. It's got some manly shit in it, but it didn't like strike me quite as much as Sigourney Weaver and Alien and all the fucking xenomorphs and all that.
Cool. Jake?
Listen, both of these franchises have some really great movies, and both of these franchises have some really awful movies. I think overall Alien has better films, but the first Alien that's a like top tier, top notch, top 10 sort of movie, and I think it beats out anything in the Predator film. So I'm gonna go with Alien.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Alien too. I mean, you can make Predator. First one specifically stands the test of time. It's
right.
top tier Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was actually having a discussion today with some of my cousins and my brother about, is Arnold Schwarzenegger not the best actor of all time, but is he the biggest movie star of all time? And
maybe
he might be. I think when you're talking about biggest just stars that shine the brightest with the most iconic roles, you got to consider Arnold. You got to consider Harrison Ford, and so on. But I got to say, Alien. Jake, you were just kind of mentioning it. The first Alien is, you can make an argument, is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sci-fi movie of all time. Or if you consider it a horror movie, whatever you consider it, it's a classic.
Well, it is a horror movie.
I know we're not as high on the second movie as some people, but it's still an incredible.
It's still great.
It's still a great action movie.
And I mean, and some of the other ones are too. Alien 3 is pretty good. I like Resurrection a lot, and I mean, even I loved Prometheus. I did not like Covenant, but I think even though the Alien series has some bad movies in it, I think its ratio is a little higher than the Predator, because Predator 1 is amazing, Predator 2 is really fun. Other than that, it's just
kind of goes downhill.
Here's another Predator movie.
Plus, you're dealing with Ridley Scott and James Cameron. This might be bad, but I don't know who directed Predator, so
I guess I could look it up.
Watch, it's gonna be Ridley Scott. I was like, oh, okay. It was Ridley Scott. So we all chose Alien. I think a lot of people would.
What's your
John McTiernan.
Okay. What's the name of your podcast with your cousins and your brother?
Yeah.
You guys starting a podcast?
The cousin podcast. The cousin party.
Golfcast.
Just add another show.
Dude.
Keep adding them on. Fuck everybody. Next up, Philip Clark. Thin or thick crust? And I think he's still talking about Alien, right? Hey, I'm gonna ask you to not.
To not twist? Okay.
Well, no, the camera was moving back and forth with you.
Might be. Got it.
They're dancing in the toy
I
room.
won't do the twist. Like
Jake, I'm gonna ask you first. Thin or thin crust? Thin.
Thinner thin.
Thinner thin.
There have been a few times in my life where I've been like, hey, I think I'm gonna buy a thin crust pizza, but mostly those are times when I'm not feeling myself or sick or something.
When you're dissociated.
I'm obsessed with like bread. I really love bread. The crust is like usually my favorite part on a pizza, and I want the biggest, thickest crust possible.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Not to be just like Jake, but I love my bread. I like my thick crust.
This is clearly, but
it's like, what do you want? Less or more? Like, obviously, I would like to have more.
The question should have been, hey, what do you want? Good pizza or bad pizza?
Yeah.
But to me, like, okay, let me analyze this
a
little bit.
I'll eat a flatbread.
If you go to New York and you get like a New York style slice of
It's
pizza,
not a pizza, it's a flatbread.
Like, I don't really consider that thin crust, although it is a thinner crust. Like an East, but I don't like deep dish. I don't like a deep dish pizza with giant chunks of tomatoes and all that. But I do, if I'm going to order a pizza, I'm not going to go out of my way to say thin crust. I'm going to want a thicker bread crust. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Again,
it does.
It's like,
well, I mean,
get
like,
more if you can.
The crust throughout the body of the pizza is always sort of thin. You're mainly thinking of the crust end of it.
The bones.
Hey, these people.
This is what we've come to. Hey, 5 years Ghostbusters podcast, and we're just gonna have a discussion about
crust.
The body of the pizza versus the crust.
Now, if there's an even distribution of mozzarella throughout your... By the way,
you got one stems
on this.
These people who don't eat their crust, I can't even fuck with those
get them,
people.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, survival of the fittest. Eat your crust.
Okay, thank you, Philip. That was a good discussion.
Good one.
Next up, Lauren White. I saw this and I wanted to put it up because I think we're going to say something funny. During the Jeffries, by the way, if you've never watched the Jeffrey Awards, go back and watch them. They're a lot of fun.
Bing!
Ryan was telling a story about the attorney and Firehouse playset, but his story got derailed. Where was Ryan going with that? I don't know.
That's a segment. Where was Ryan going with that?
Where was Ryan going with that? Hey, should I just...
Hey, Ryan, you said something about...
call Ryan.
I'll do it.
Daisy Ridley. Where were you going with that?
Here, I'll just do my best Ryan. Oh, dude. When I was a kid... My mom got me the attorney a playset, and I was like, dude, this is like the craziest playset I ever had, and I put it out in the snow, I don't know. We'll ask Ryan. We'll ask him.
Yeah.
I know.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He'd probably say something way dirty. Oh, dude.
I was going to say,
he
would probably tell about his first time.
Dude. Do you know what I do? He'd say he was talking about what he did in the firehouse. Okay, moving on. Kyle Bear. Your go-to Mortal Kombat character, and I think we talked about this on a Patreon episode, but we can talk about it here. Unrelated follow-up. Favorite version of the Proton Pack Trap? Ghostbusters, RGB, Extreme Ghostbusters, etc. Now, here we go. These are the topics we cover. We're not the Crust podcast. Although I want
crust,
pizza.
The Crust cast.
Yeah, we're not the Ghostbusters interdimensional crust rip.
Yeah.
Kyle Bear. Good question. We let Mortal Kombat first. Johnny Cage is my go-to.
Get the fuck out of here.
And Jake, do you want to tackle that?
Reptile.
Get over
Reptile.
here.
Reptile. He's cool. He's one of the ninjas, and he's a fucking reptile. And
He's
he's
Jake.
your head.
Sonya Blade.
Oh, there you go.
She's cool. She's cute.
All right, let's talk about Ghostbusters. Favorite version of the Ghostbusters trap and pack. Let me start it off for once in my life. Okay, I just did.
Go for it.
Do it.
It's really hard. You cannot beat the Ghostbusters 1, the movie, the GB1 pack with that ribbon cable and the original trap. You can't beat that. You absolutely can't beat that. Having said that, I do love all versions of it. Most versions of it. 3 out of 4. And I think I really like the real Ghostbusters trap. I like the blue RGB trap a lot. So, Jake?
Well, yeah, they are all cool, I guess. But I mean, like, to me, it's still hands down Ghostbusters 1, the movie, like those are the best versions. It doesn't get better than those versions. It just doesn't.
Now, what about the slime blower though? Do you consider that a pack?
But that's not a proton pack. That's a slime blower. Those are not the same thing. They don't do the same thing.
The question wasn't what's
you
your
wear
favorite
them
gear.
on your back, but yeah,
right.
like that's
okay.
not a proton.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, the part one. I mean, they all like the extreme stuff would be last for me because it's just so different and it's just so removed from what the original pack looks like. But
right.
The real Ghostbuster stuff, it still is. You can tell what it is. It's still the proton pack. But yeah,
very cool. Abigail.
I'm going to be boring and echo literally everything y'all said. The original pack's my favorite. It's hands down the coolest looking. Everything else kind of takes a second seat to that. Trap, same. Like literally, that's the coolest looking trap. I'll give a shout out to the Kenner pack, the blue one, which is cool to look at aesthetically. But like, it's the original stuff that's the best.
Now, what is your absolute favorite Ghostbusters piece of equipment?
Dude, if I had, I mean, if I really had to do it, I would just say the original proton pack.
Right.
But it's really hard to not say the slime blower. Or,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of weird, like the Geiger is really cool, and
I love the slime blower because it's like
the toast. It's the toaster.
It's the toaster.
Yeah.
Oh, slime blower! What does it do? It
The
shoots slime
Statue of
on
Liberty.
people. It shoots slime on people. Oh, what kind of effect does it have? It puts them in a good mood.
So it doesn't catch a ghost or like doesn't do
No, dude. It just takes cranky people and makes them really happy.
Okay, so how much did it cost to build those?
$43,000.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. All right, here we go.
Pretty cool.
We just did that one. Sorry. Okay. Rich Green. Does YHS need paid part-time interns in the New York area? No, but we do need unpaid part-time interns.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
We're looking to hire.
You know what? We should think about doing a street team. I think that would be cool. Like get people out in different states, spreading the word, putting up stickers on flagpoles.
Yes. Get like a little popping a tent up and
remember like in the 90s when street teams were just like
it was a big deal.
Hey,
everybody had a street team, and you were like, you're part of like, I'm a part of 3 street teams, right?
Yeah, I'm on a couple.
Literally, I gotta fill out this form.
I'm working on a 4th street team,
dude. I was on a couple church street teams.
It's kind of cool though. That's like bands would have street teams, and it's a good like if you were coming to town, like you would depend on your street team to like spread the word and pass out flyers.
Yeah.
And guys, by the way, at some point in the next, I want to do a YHS tour, live shows at some point. It's going to happen eventually, and at that point, we probably will need a street team. So,
sure.
Yes, yeah, to push it on people.
Actually, Rich, just walk up to random people in New York City and scream in their face. Yes,
with little pieces of paper. That's what they
hand
do.
them a piece of paper that just says YHS on it.
Koozies.
And then whisper in their
Just
ear.
hand it to them.
Here, keep your drink cold, buddy.
Here, take this.
I'm in the street team.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Read it.
Shane Patrick, what's something about each of you that YHS listeners and group therapy would be surprised to learn? Okay.
Oh no.
I there's a lot, probably
Yeah.
a lot. I'm not as tall as people think.
I put my pants on one leg at a time.
I put Abby's pants on one leg.
My thumbs are different sizes.
Okay.
If that's something that to throw out there.
Do you want to show
Your
that?
phones?
My
your
thumbs.
phones are different. Oh, your thumbs.
Yeah, I have like a short thumb. That's like
Okay.
a fun little fact about me. That's it.
Weird.
Now,
Why did you get that?
Did your
I don't know, I
short
think it's
thumb used to be your big toe? Is that?
It looks like that. I feel like I'm going to open myself up to some body shaming here.
Toe thumbs.
I think it's cool. I don't know why I have it. I've met a few people in my
it's
life
just
that
like,
also
that's
have
just
it.
how
Yeah,
it is.
it's just one that it's just shorter than the other.
Yeah.
But you don't have man hands.
No,
You just got toe thumb.
just one. Yeah, it's very hard to find a bowling ball.
Just in general. Like if
Yeah.
I walked outside right now looking for a bowling ball, I probably wouldn't find one. Except for all the bowling activities we did.
Unless you go, yes,
I could go next. I
to a
think
bowling alley.
well, I'm pretty open about my love of golf, but sometimes people
Well,
are
we make fun of that a lot. You know?
Sometimes, I mean, I'm wearing a golf hat right now. Of course, it's a Caddyshack hat, but still a golf hat. So I think sometimes people are surprised. Just in general in my life, like people I work with, like they don't always. I don't necessarily look or dress or fucking act like most golfers. So I think sometimes people are surprised. Let me think of another one. I think sometimes people, they think I work too hard. I'm too good at what I do. I think they're surprised when they realize. No, I mean, one thing I will say is like, I'm kind of an open book. Like there's not, I mean, I don't talk about every single aspect.
Craig's like, I'm kind of an open book. Like I don't read books, but
I'm like an open book that you just kind of ignore
open
and
a
walk
book.
past.
I'm like the first page of a lot of books.
I feel like we're also open about our lives.
We
It's
are
almost
pretty
like
open
there's
about
not
our
much that
lives.
we
Like,
don't.
Well, we also had an episode. I think we had this question before because I feel like I distinctly remember saying my answer was that like I for a long time was like super into like musical theater.
Okay.
It might have been a Patreon thing because like
That's good.
I feel like we do openly talk about all of the weird aspects of our lives.
Right.
So I'm not sure how to answer that.
I was really into Christian ska music in 6th grade. It's something that everyone might know.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think sometimes people assume I've had people kind of like the thing about me not reading, like I really don't read that much. Like I never read fiction. I'll do nonfiction audiobooks now and then, but I don't like, I think my ADD doesn't really allow it.
I was in a we've all talked about bands, Craig, your band and everything, but some people might not know that I was in a very, very Korn styled nu metal band for like half of my life, and I had dreadlocks and
dude.
put makeup on and
that's cool.
Played in a band.
That's cool, man. I wanted to be in a band.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I'm in a band now.
Yeah.
So let me think on that one. I want to come up with something juicy, but most like, yes, I'm a child of divorce.
Into the ocean once.
Jake threw his phone into the ocean.
Everybody, I think we've talked about that on here.
Without context, Jake is with Hal Clay at an event. Hal calls me 3 hours away. He goes, "Have you seen Jake?" And I'm like, "What? Have you? He should be with you."
You're with him. And I was standing on the shore of an ocean in which I threw my phone into.
Yes. Well, he had just listened to
Better Times.
Our Jurassic Park review.
Yeah.
And he was not happy with some of my opinions.
That's it. That's how it happened.
Moving on.
We'll get the skeletons out of the closet. Like once we need to take account of our closets.
I need to go clean the closet.
Hold on. I'll tell you later.
All right, Zach Crago. When is Craig going to buy a G1 Optimus Prime for the Toy Hall of Fame? I did say when we did the Jeffries Hall of Fame that I wanted to own one of all of the toys, and I'm not going to say I'm never going to get, like, I think it would be cool to have like a G1 Optimus Prime just as a toy enthusiast, but it's not high on my list of priorities right now. So, yeah.
Cool.
Abby, do you want to answer that? Are you going to be buying any Transformers?
Negative. Nope. Haven't in my entire life ever bought one. I'm not going to start.
All right. Cool. All right, next up, Josh Bellin. If you were able to live out one day as any DC or Marvel character, who would it be? Abigail.
Ooh.
I can't say my first
Probably Captain
answer.
Marvel.
That was my first answer. But
Yeah,
I can't,
for a lot of reasons that I won't go into. It would just be very cool to be Captain Marvel.
Stop it.
No, her powers and shit are very cool. You can go into space and fly around and be like totally fine. She's the strongest, technically. I know everyone's going for the strongest title, but I think she's pretty strong. So, yeah.
Let's see, Jake, do you have an answer for this?
I don't know. Like I think it would be one of the X-Men, just because it would be fun to like be in the danger room and to get to like, fight a bunch of Sentinels, and I want to hang out with Rogue and just like see what she's doing later and like talk to Gambit and Cyclops. Like I want to make fun of Cyclops to his face, and it would be fun to be an X-Man.
Yeah.
So I thought about. I'm going to pick one Marvel and one DC. I think that's fun. I think DC.
Hey, if I'm picking DC, sorry, if I got to pick a DC, I'm going to pick Killer Croc.
Okay.
And I'm just going to like swim around in a swamp and hang out with some crocodiles.
There you go.
Okay.
Just chill all day and be like, "What's up, dude?"
There you go. I think as far as Marvel, Captain America is my favorite Marvel superhero, but I'm not going to pick him.
Boring answer. Yeah.
It's a boring answer. So it would be pretty damn cool to be Iron Man. just his life is quite eventful and interesting.
But don't you want to have like an innate super ability?
He has one.
I mean,
he's a powerful CEO.
He's
Greg's
rich. You're gonna be Batman too?
Like, I want to be Iron Man. So I can get on eBay and just buy
whatever.
all the
toys. Yeah, we all just
kinda
learned.
makes sense.
If you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, you know the Avengers don't have money necessarily. I would literally want to be like maybe like Hawkeye because it's like he's got a nice family, he's got a great bow and arrow, he's got land, but he also has this
3 kids.
He's got Linda Cardellini though.
But he's got this work
relationship,
this like sometimes inappropriate, platonic, but maybe more than friends relationship with Scarlett Johansson. And it's just it's like every day he goes to work, it's like, I mean, today could be the day. I don't know. I love my family, but today could be the day.
Yeah, okay, I see. He's on that precipice.
God, we also like pieces of shit. I want money and sex.
Oh my God.
Captain America. All right. DC, I think Superman. He can fly. You'll believe a man can fly when I'm Superman. All right. Matt Provençal, when is Jake adopting an emotional support alligator? Jake?
Well, in the state of Georgia, that is illegal, but it is legal. It is legal to own a dwarf caiman, which I have looked into, and at one point almost got one.
Okay.
But that's
what's a
the only
dwarf caiman?
Species. It is a dwarf caiman. You never heard of like a caiman alligator before?
No.
It's an alligator from the Caymans.
Okay.
And they have a very...
So he's like tropical. He sips on smoothies.
They have a very like weirdly distinct, like, you know, they look kind of...
They're cute. I'm looking at them.
But also terrifying. And a dwarf caiman is just a smaller version. I think they get maybe 4 or 5 feet total. And that sounds big, but you know, most of that is the tail.
They got mean little eyes.
But you can have those in the state of Georgia. So maybe soon, Matt. We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
When we open up the compound,
Why just go back? We just go full Tiger King and have our
I
own
was going to say
animal
that sounds
sanctuary.
problematic.
Next up, Tony Taylor. What other podcast name ideas did you have before? Yes, have some.
Is this going to open up a fight between Craig and Abby?
Yeah, I mean, we fought about it because I didn't like Yes Have Some at first, but I don't remember what the other options were.
Yeah,
because I don't think I had anything to do with it. I think it was just like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and I was like,
yeah. Like I could look through my Apple notes.
I really don't think there was. I knew we wanted it to be some sort of Ghostbusters reference, and I had always liked the Yes Have Some quote. Like my day job work badge says Yes Have Some on it, and that was like years before the podcast started.
And people liked it.
Yeah, so I don't know if there. I think my philosophy has always been this: your name of your podcast kind of doesn't matter. The content matters. So you can like break your neck trying to come up with a perfect name, but if the podcast, if it's not good, it's not
a
good.
nicety, not a necessity to have like a great name.
So I mean, yeah. So I don't think we had nothing that was
now,
good enough. If
you want to know about the name of our network, that's our ongoing quest.
Somebody named
TBD. We'll tell you when we know.
We're all just like. By the way, we say all that, and then we throw out ideas. We're like, no, stupid, no, hate it,
no.
Hello, granddaughter. All right, let's do it. Okay. Was there Tony Taylor again? Was there ever a toy that you bought immediately and after went, why the fuck did I just buy this?
Yeah.
You just described every day of my life.
That's everything I buy.
Like this entire shelf behind me is pretty much one of those. Like,
hey,
what?
When Jake messaged me a couple weeks ago, showed me that he bought Masters of the Universe Origins Skeletor, I was like, oh, something happened.
Don't tell anybody I bought it.
Different now. Jake's different.
It's the power of I'm an influencer. I've influenced. There's definitely times where I've impulse bought stuff, and it was just because, like, Jake, you know this. You get up, you go to Target, you're not even looking for something in particular. You're just like, I want to buy a toy today.
I have a hole. I have a void.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go
my
buy
sickness
something.
is acting up, and my medicine says buy a toy. So there's plenty of things I've bought, like just random, like lines I don't collect, or like, because the way I collect toys is everybody has their own rules and stuff, but I really try to collect toy lines. I don't just like buy one figure from a toy line because I think that toy is cool. That'd be a much healthier way to do it. But I'm like, I need all of them and the variants and the Star exclusives.
That just reminded me, I think like pop culture therapy or movie or toy therapy was an original idea for what we were going to call it, or at least what okay.
For sure.
Throw that
for
out
sure.
there. Mm-hmm.
Good call. But like, Abby, you bought all those Powerpuff Girls
I was
toys?
about to bring, that was immediately what came to mind. I was like, oh, as soon as I bought those, I was like, why am I doing this? Haven't watched the new show, haven't watched the old show in a long time. These aren't even like my Powerpuff Girls.
Right.
But you know what? When the new show that's live action comes out, I'll probably buy whatever comes out with that.
Cool.
Regret it. Yeah.
Ryan Fenton, which movie version of Janine do you prefer? What do you think she was up to between GB1 and GB2? And which version will show up in Afterlife?
Getting her hair done between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Different. I keep saying that.
So, Jake, I'll throw to you on some of this.
Okay.
We all love Janine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which version do you like?
I like them, but it's hard to say which one I like more. I like them both, but I'm going to go with the original Janine. And I think also there's zero chance that they go with Ghostbusters 2 Janine and Afterlife. It's everything about the movie is, you know, I'm not saying that they're pretending 2 doesn't exist, but everything about Afterlife is trying to harken back to Ghostbusters 1. So
right. I think it's pretty well documented that they were trying to go a little bit more like real Ghostbusters with the second movie. Mm-hmm. But Abby, you're the big Janine fan.
I like the updated look in GB2. I mean, I know it's based off the cartoon changes,
but
and
her personality is like more quirky in that movie.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more iconic and lovable. Not to take it doesn't take away from how she is in the first movie, because I think she's like literally fantastic. Her timing and everything, like the dynamic and chemistry between her and Egon is really great in that first one.
The thing that I think makes me like part 1 Janine a little bit more is like she's annoyed all through part 1. You know, she's always kind of in a bad mood or pissed off about something, you know, the way she answers the phone and whenever, you know, I quit better jobs than this, and all the asking for like, she's annoyed most of that movie, and I like that.
Yeah, it adds to that New York type of like attitude, and you identify with that because it's everyone's kind of the underdog, even her.
One thing that's interesting about this question is, what do we think Janine has been up to between GB2 and GB Afterlife? It's been 30 years.
I mean, read the comics, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
The real third movie.
Well, if you watched the Ghostbusters video game, you would know exactly what she was doing.
I think she's working at a hotel.
I'm imagining she worked with the Ghostbusters until there was no Ghostbusters around, and then she got another job. Like, that's it.
She works for Men in Black now. Men in Black, what do you want?
Yeah, I think she kept up administrative work, like probably.
But so this is kind of in all seriousness, I know we're having fun here, but we have some serious discussion. How does Janine factor into this movie? Because there's some very obvious ways she could. Jake, you all right over there? Jake, you okay?
I'm good.
Get him his coin.
I had a little yawn.
Remove the chair.
Do you need a coin?
I do. I'm looking for a coin.
There's some very obvious ways that Janine could fit into this movie, like she was with Egon, and she's Carrie Coon's mom. Like
that's
that could
bloodline.
That could be. I don't think that's what it's going to be, but there has to be a reason for her. Like, they're not just going to bring Janine back for the sake. Like, there's got to be a reason for her to go to Oklahoma.
It's Secretary's Day.
Yeah, but
it's Secretary's Day in Somerville, Oklahoma.
You say that, but you also got to remember, like, going through if you take the events of Ghostbusters 1 and 2 seriously, like, imagine what it would actually be like to have that job and to, like, be friends with those 4 dudes and, like, go through basically saving the world twice.
Right. It would create a bond.
You would be best friends with those people for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you would know them no matter what. So to me, it's not weird that she's going to be brought in some way or another, because it's just like,
That's a
of
bond.
course she would keep up with them, you know, in some way or another.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it's definitely part of, you know, when we think about Afterlife, knowing the original cast is going to be in there, obviously it's easy to connect the dots of what would bring Peter, Ray, and Winston back, because if they're at Egon's farmhouse and shit's going down, and you know they're gonna show up. But how do you fit in Dana and
well, she knows how to get. She knows the location of the holocron.
Oh,
okay.
That's
what
got
it is.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
She's the MacGuffin. They're finding. It's going to start off with a scroll. Janine is missing.
Stop.
She's not going to show up to the end, and it's like Finn Wolfhard handing her her phone and bell.
The movie ends with Janine burying Egon's proton pack in front of the firehouse.
Exactly.
Jackhammer in the road. And
Ah, Jesus.
That's really stupid. I loved it.
I do too. Just because,
All right.
Yeah.
Jay Key, co-host of YHS on Monster Island. If I decide to sell off all of my NECA movie and video game turtles, will you judge me? Can we still be friends? Well, yes and
here's
no.
the thing.
Yes,
the thing. I'm not going to judge him, because if he's going to sell off his NECA movie turtles, I need his Foot Clan figures.
And
if he bought Danny, then I need Danny as well.
So this is kind of an interesting. Jay, you're your toys. You can do whatever you want. Don't do anything you're going to regret. Jake, have you ever made like a decision about like a toy you collected and just decided that you're done and you're getting out and you're selling? Have you ever done that?
The only thing that I've ever just like sold a bunch of all at once were Funko Pops. Like that's it. Other than that, you know, like there's stuff that I've gotten rid of, but it was always stuff that was either like given to me or nothing that felt important to me or spent a lot of money on. But it's really hard. Like, I'm not the kind of person who buys an entire toy line and then says, you know what, I think I'm going to sell this. I've never done that. I did sell like something that I kind of regret selling is like, I did have a period of time where I was like, I wanted to go to Dragon Con really bad and I needed the money and I didn't have it. And I sold my Matty Collector wand, ecto goggles, and PKE meter, and I sold it all together in like a bundle. And now I just wish I still had that stuff, because I own everything Matty Collector except for those three things.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that they like are expensive now. I did get another PKE, so I have that, but I just wish I would have had those as the like completest side of me.
So anybody who knows me in the way I've
so AJ, just send me one.
Come on, AJ. One of my rules with AJ Quick. One of my rules with one of my rules with collecting is always that like I love spending money on toys. I love getting toys, but if it gets to a point where I'm in a tight spot, you got a car to repair, you got a bill to pay. I'm always willing to let stuff go.
Move some things around. It's not
because it's like you can always re-get it. Now, as far as this, now I've got a really great Star Wars Black Series collection. I really do. I think I've got almost everything. But prior to this collection, I collected a good amount of Star Wars Black Series figures and sold all of them 2 full times.
Yeah. I remember.
Like, I remember around Force Awakens, I probably had 40 or 50 figures, and then I was just like, what am I doing? I'm out. And then I did it again right around Last Jedi. And then finally, the third time, I was like, hey, buddy, listen. I looked in the mirror. I said,
hey, bud.
Hey, bud. Hold on. This is what happened. I went to the bathroom. I looked in the mirror. And I said, this has to stop.
Craigers.
You can't just go around buying Black Series figures, saying, hey, I collect Black Series now. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Look at me. Look at these 6-inch beautiful toys. And then you just sell them. Then friends come over and go, Craig, show me the Black Series toys. Where are they? They're looking around. And you have nothing to show them. And that's what you felt inside, was nothing. That's how Jay Key will feel if he sells these Ninja Turtles toys. Because someday his kids are going to grow up and go, Dad, where's all the NECA Turtles toys? They're worth a lot of money. I want to go to college. They're going to be gone. Yeah, so I've done it. But I feel like it's a big decision. I feel like it's one of the most important decisions you can make as an adult is whether or not you're going to sell these toys.
Yeah, it's serious. It's like getting...
But Ab, you wouldn't want to sell your Star Wars stuff.
Absolutely not.
You
For
wouldn't?
one, I wouldn't get much for it.
Yeah.
And two, no, I like
$10.
looking at it. I have a very hard time giving stuff up and getting rid of stuff. I
know.
So yeah, we
I
all
think it
do.
also comes.
Yeah.
I think it also kind of comes down to the way you collect, because I just don't. I buy mainly things that I'm looking for that I've always collected. It's only been in the recent. It's only been in my recent last few years where I've started to be like, hey, you know what? I think I want to collect Land of the Lost now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like most of the things that I own are Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, Godzilla, Jurassic Park, and that's things
you're not going to get rid of that stuff.
Collected that my whole life. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Good discussion. All right, moving on. Eric Cook. Any Disney Gargoyles fans on the podcast? Are you going to be collecting the NECA toy line? So, yeah, I watched it a little bit growing up, but didn't gravitate towards it. And I think I know people are really excited that NECA is doing these figures, but these are going to be passes for me.
I never watched the show.
Never watched Gargoyles. Yeah. Jake.
I didn't watch the show too much when it was on, but not that long ago, we put it on at work and we watched. I don't know. We spent a couple days watching maybe the first 2 seasons, and that show's really good.
Yeah,
and it was much. I was like into it way more than I remembered being into it, and in fact, it reminded me a lot of Batman the Animated Series, just like
it's
the
in
animation,
that vein for sure.
the tone, and I was like, hey, this is a great show, but not into it enough to pick the toys up. I do think they look great, but
yeah, I think it's going to be a big deal for NECA. So
I do too. Yeah.
All right, next up.
Yep.
Eric Cook. Mm-hmm. Who is your favorite background character, not a main character, from the Star Wars original trilogy, prequel trilogy, and sequel trilogy? This is a good question.
Salacious Crumb.
Ooh, that's what I was gonna say. Salacious.
Fuck, Jake and I.
Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, dude, just my favorite.
I'd have
for
to
the
watch
third week in a row.
I gotta go watch all 9 of the movies now to really.
Well, I could probably do Abby's. Okay, prequel trilogy. So OG, you would say Salacious Crumb. Mm-hmm. Prequels.
Watto, Jar Jar.
I think Jar Jar's a main character. I think Jar Jar's a main character.
Okay, well, that's main.
Anakin's a main character.
Anakin main. Sorry, I completely forgot the
Watto.
ramifications.
You said Watto.
Watto, yeah. Watto.
Sequel trilogy.
BB-8.
He's a main character.
Oh shit!
He's a main
Fuck.
character.
Babu.
Babu Frick.
Babu Frick. Kind of a main.
That probably is okay.
Kind of an important character, but
yeah,
maybe.
but-
I'd give it to you.
Will you?
Hey, the
I'm not gonna say
question
Maz.
The question specifically says background, which means if they have any speaking lines, then it's probably.
Oh my god!
It's really hard from
well,
the
then
sequel
like
trilogy.
the
It is
hot
hard.
alien that's in the cantina that I don't. In Force
I don't know.
Awakens.
I would have to watch all 9 movies and be like, oh right, this guy's fun or whatever.
Tell that to Conja Club.
Yeah, he's fine.
Already paid back, Conja Club. Hey,
Get the fuck.
I like the caretakers. Those are background.
there you
Caretakers.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the Last
fuck
Jedi.
off
Yeah.
of my Millennium Falcon. I don't. OG trilogy. I mean, yeah, Salacious Crumb is great. I'm gonna say Greedo though. I like Greedo. He's cool looking. He's important. He's in the movie for 10 seconds, and it's awesome. He gets shot. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a tough one. But the Greedo comes to mind. Prequel trilogy.
The Sarlacc pit.
The Sarlacc. I love the Sarlacc pit. I mean,
Size Noodles.
yeah. Max
Rebo.
Rebo, the whole band, yeah.
They can kind of.
I think the sequel trilogy is really hard to answer to this question because like everybody, there wasn't a lot of background.
Sebulba.
You're just naming characters, you know.
You just name it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just naming things. Pod Racer, Tatooine,
I don't know what this one's called. No.
Galaxy Far, Far Away. Jake,
Let's move on.
all right. Jay Key, who's your favorite interview since starting YHS? This is an interesting one because we've never been really an interview based podcast. Like we're very selfish with our time. Because when there's an interview, there's somebody else talking. It takes away from us.
Yeah.
But
The question's who was our favorite interview?
yeah.
I know. Violet Ramis, Steele.
Yeah,
I
that was a
enjoyed
good
talking
one.
to her and
Violet
reading her
Ramis was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. That's a really good answer. There's definitely been a couple interviews that I've been like, I can't believe we're talking to this person right now. But
I feel that every week when Jake signs on. I was like, I can't believe he's here.
But I think my favorite would be Trevor Morgan, just because like we kind of connected with Trevor on more of a like,
Yeah, it wasn't really an interview. We're just chatting.
Yeah, we got him on the internet and it just turned into a chat, and we ended up having him back a couple times, and he turned into like a legitimate buddy.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. So,
Former child star and star of Jurassic Park 3, Trevor Morgan. We got to have him back on the podcast.
Yeah.
He knows Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
He
our
was
connection.
chosen.
We got to get first we get Morgan, then we get Spielberg.
Then we get the cactus.
I enjoyed that. I loved when we talked to the original cast of It.
Me too. Yeah.
Those guys
That
were
was
all
very
cool. And, I think our most famous one was the surprise call in from Paul Feig, which if you go back, that was like our third episode. It was like we had no idea what was
We
happening.
peaked early.
I want to work on getting some more guests and more interviews. And I think the Kurt Fuller chat was really fun too. Kurt
He
Fuller
was
great.
very cool to talk to. I feel like we definitely got to a point where I don't remember the last time we've been like, hey, let's try to get this person on the show.
Yeah.
And maybe we should.
Maybe we
I
should.
miss
Let's
trying to
work
do
on
that.
it.
Yeah.
Let's interview
Get some people
somebody.
on
It's been a while.
Let's fucking interview somebody. Let me practice right now.
We talked to
Here we go.
the TMNT guys last year.
I'm a leprechaun.
So here we go. Here's my practice interview. So Dan, listen. You tried to get Ghostbusters 3 made for a very long time. And Ivan Reitman's, kid shows up and he's like, I can do it. And Ghost Corps was
I'll do
like,
it. I'm a pilot.
I'll do it. I'm a director. By the way, did you hear Randy Quaid's trying to run for governor of California?
Wow.
I didn't, but I'm voting for him.
I'm going to move.
Oh shit. All right, you alien assholes. Let's get back to the next question. All right. Jeff Wisnot.
Oh,
I'm gonna
lot of
ignore the
words.
first part because it's.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is this first part an Independence Day thing?
Weird. That's cool.
Is it about Randy Quaid? Weird. All right, let's go to the question. What was the earliest, and this is actually a good question, what was the earliest film you remember watching as a child? I remember Top Gun when I was like 3. I was bored and didn't want to be in the theater. L to the motherfucking O-L.
Dude.
Good question. I like
That's
that
funny. My answer's the same, but I didn't feel that way. I was like, this is awesome.
One. That's your earliest memory?
I remember watching Tom Cruise, in Top Gun. I was probably like 3 or 4. We had recorded it over a VHS tape, and I would ask to have it put on. That and The Little Mermaid.
They're the same movie. Same
Basically
story.
those two.
Fish out
Tom
of
Cruise,
water.
Ariel. Just,
Okay.
yeah.
Jake.
That's really hard for me because I feel like my memories don't start until like I was
2 weeks
years
ago.
old, yeah, a couple minutes ago. I have a hard time remembering. I've tried to remember. I think one of my earliest theater memories is Ninja Turtles. And, I was 5, so I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with Ninja Turtles there.
I mean, I definitely was watching Ghostbusters and Back to the Future like on VHS at home. When
Ghostbusters for sure. Like that, I feel
Right.
It almost feels like my mom might have just had Ghostbusters on
While you were
as
being
I was
born.
being born.
Right.
You're just like,
We got one. I do have weirdly vivid memories of going to the theater for the first time and seeing Bambi. And around the same time, I saw Ernest Saves Christmas in theaters. It was one of my first movies. So, by the way, thanks to Jason Grosky. Was that him? I think it was Jason Grosky who sent you the Ernest movies.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You gotta watch those.
that, yeah.
Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Goes to Camp.
Doing it all.
Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Saves Christmas. Come on.
yeah.
All right. Bambi's a fucked up movie.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. It's not. Let's not even go there.
Next up, Shane Patrick. He's back with another one. Besides cons and stuff, are there any dream field trips for YHS? Like, have you thought about visiting Hasbro headquarters or Rancho Obi-Wan? I want to go to both.
Or New Zealand.
Ooh, New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Cool.
Dream field trips. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places I haven't been that I'd like to go. I mean, I know that I would love to. Fuck, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of places, you know, like I've always really wanted to visit the Exorcist steps, which are in, you know,
DC?
Virginia.
Yeah,
Washington, and
I'd like to go to Maine.
But as far as a yes, have some trip, there's lots of things we want to do and have talked about doing. But I think one of the big ones is we've kind of started throwing it around about maybe doing a Jaws locations trip and going to Martha's Vineyard at some point. So
yeah, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think that'll probably.
Yeah. Hey, also, we've been talking about trying to go to Japan for the last couple of years.
Maybe we should do a big YHS field trip gathering.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, we don't want you there. We'd like you to pay for us to go.
No.
It'd be cool to do like a yes have some led tour of Martha's Vineyard. Jake's just yelling at people.
Yeah.
Stop touching that!
We can all have matching T-shirts.
I want to be nice and relaxed while I'm in Martha's Vineyard, not having to worry about all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude.
Quit licking that
Get him a shot!
That's a good. I mean, there's a lot of places I'd like to go. I would love to visit Hasbro HQ. I don't know if they want us there, but I would like to go. Hey, what's that? Give me that toy.
Right.
The fact that they let us inside Ghost Corps is still like amazing because that's like to me the ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really at this point.
They got to be.
What else can we do?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Emil Shear.
Somebody should be fired.
Do you have insurance on your collection? Is it protected in any other way? What would happen to your collection if you should pass away? This sounds.
Is he
grim.
a salesman for an insurance company?
Emil Shear from the Netherlands.
Bing.
You can never use enough insurance.
Ned Ryerson.
Yeah, I mean, I've got insurance. I've got collector's insurance. I recommend all people get some sort of insurance. But I think the second part of the question is more interesting. Is like if you drop dead today,
What happens?
What happens?
Jake comes over.
I mean,
sorts through it
that's
and makes a Facebook post in group therapy.
Well, if I die, I just want someone to cut open my Jaws barrel, put my body in it, unprepared. I don't want to be embalmed.
You want to be chummed?
Put my body in the Jaws barrel, seal it back up, and just toss that shit in the ocean and let somebody find it.
And then I'm on the dock going, farewell, my dear Jacob Walsh.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Farewell and adieu, your barrel just sank. So
We'll have to ask
I want to watch Jaws tonight.
Rob Sosby about that process.
I do not.
I want Rob Sosby to embalm me while I'm alive.
I'm gonna write that in my will. I want
trade
someone that I
tattoos for that.
personally know to have to embalm me.
So
We'll
listen,
leave little surprises in there for you.
God forbid anything were to happen to me. I would hope Abby would keep the stuff she wanted to keep and then sell or give to Jake.
I would keep it all. I would probably be brokenhearted and not be able to separate and be
probably.
emotionally attached to all of it.
There's a chance I'd
There's
care.
possible, sadness.
Yeah, I have no idea what would happen to my shit. What happens to somebody's shit when you're not like? There's no legal documents, or it just goes.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just imagining. Heary. In the case of Craig Goldberg versus the estate of Jacob Walsh, the Jurassic Park compound
The
will not
beginning
be
of
a
Rocky 5.
Yeah.
Auctioning it all off.
Maybe we should think about this. All right, let's end the podcast and figure out what we do.
Yeah,
with our
thanks
shit.
for the deep thought.
Yeah, cool.
Now we're gonna write a will for our bonus episode. All right, we got a few more.
The frailty of life.
Rich Green, what's next for YHS in the next 5 years? Maybe a YHS con in the next 10. Listen, I've kind of been talking about it. I want to.
And you'll be on the street team.
Yeah, you'll be on our street team. I want to do a lot more live shows. I have this thing now that there's more toy shows coming back. What would you guys think about this? If like over a 2 or 3 month period, we did like a tour, like a toy show tour, where we did like a live version of YHS / Toy Anxiety at toy shows, like every weekend, like a tour for months. Fly out, do a live
Release
show.
T-shirts, toy tour.
Yeah, it'd be fucking cool. But the real question, next 5 years, I mean, I'm not to get sappy, but like, we've done more in the first 5 than I could have ever imagined. So like, I just hope to keep doing what we do. And if opportunities come our way to do more cool stuff, like, everything. I
want to have like a convention at some point. I wanted to rent out the camp from Heavyweights. It's in like North Carolina and have
that'd be fun.
Like a whole weekend of activities.
And have just do basic training.
Yeah.
Run through tires.
Jump on the blob.
I mean, the thing is like, it's not lost on me. Like the opportunities we've gotten are so cool. And like everything that comes our way, even the littlest thing, even if somebody reaches out and like, hey, I want to send you some pins. Like, I think it's the coolest thing in the world. And like, it means a lot. So yeah, I'm hoping to, I just want to keep growing the community and just keep growing the podcast. And we get more listeners all the time, and there's still people after 5 years just finding us for the first time. And I love that. And I want to make sure that we're putting out the quality episodes and, let's do a con. I think one thing I will say is that we've talked about it a little bit. When Afterlife comes out this year, whether it's in LA or Atlanta or wherever, there will be a YHS event. So just kind of keep that in mind, and once we get closer, we'll figure out what it's going to be.
Yeah, we learned everything from Wizard World, so we'll
we learned it all.
We've already seen how it's done. So.
I saw that in my Facebook memories. It was our interview with Lainey Sarum from 2 years ago.
That was my favorite interview.
I'm surprised we haven't started a survivors group.
So, Lainey, tell us, we're planning Ghostbusters Fan Fest, and I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but is the man Bill Murray gonna be that? Oh, he's not. Okay. Will you have water for us? Please, I'm thirsty. All right. Moving on?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Christopher Dilworth. If only one thing from each of your collections were to survive the apocalypse and become the foundation of the surviving people's culture, what thing would you want it to be? No movies or books, toys or models only. This is a good one.
Now, if it's going to start the new, if it's something that's
the foundation of a whole culture, a religion,
an artifact, people are going to find it and be like, what is this?
It's Jake's body stuffed into a barrel.
Cookiezilla.
Yes.
Cookiezilla. That's a yes.
Cookiezilla.
Okay. Very cool. Abigail?
My Doritos Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 chips that you can listen to. And my
that
Amy.
can save somebody's life. That can save somebody could be starving and they find that and
they teach it and like
and
starving
it saves
from
their
music.
Life, but then they also learn about the Guardians.
It's like, there's a humanities class like in the
Guardians will save us.
In the previous world, while eating Doritos and listening
was also music.
And
that's it.
They worshipped a god named Christopher Pratt of Hollywood.
That's fun.
So
that's what I'm leaving. Time capsule.
I think I would probably leave my. I think I would leave 1 can of ectoplasm.
Okay. Yeah.
So someone in the future can get it in their carpet and get in trouble.
Yeah. So they fuck up.
You won't be the only one getting yelled at.
Yeah. Good luck with mom and dad with this ectoplasm. All right, next up. Jim Mariotto, I'm throwing this back out here from the last time you did one of these. If you could create a theme bar/restaurant around any franchise you love, which would it be? Bonus, what would it be called? What's its theme? And what would the specials be? This sounds like this is an Abby question.
It is, but I would need like an hour to actually compile
they would have
this.
thick crust pizza, whatever it is.
Welcome to the Thick Crust Movie Emporium.
Yeah. I mean, it would probably be have some inspired.
Have some
just
food.
us inspired food.
Tonight's special is Jake's mad about something.
I didn't even see it, Burger.
I didn't even see
you pay for it, you never get it.
Yeah, I would do one of two things. I'd either do like a Stephen King cafe or something.
That's cool.
That's cool.
It's like I don't know.
King's Pizza.
I think a very fun restaurant theme would be like the 90s movie. Like I strongly believe that like the movies, Anaconda, Lake Placid, Twister, Arachnophobia. Like there's a small group of films that all feel like they were made in the same place at the same time by the same person. Like they feel like a shared universe. And I want a restaurant that's just based on that little pocket of movies.
What would the specials be? The Anaconda donuts?
Exactly.
I want a Ghostbusters themed restaurant. No.
So you're going for the easy answer.
I want I want a Point Break themed restaurant. I want a Patrick Swayze themed restaurant is what I want. And I would a Dirty Dancing Martini.
Okay.
Would be something they would have, and there would be the ghost peppers stuffed, the stuffed ghost peppers,
I'm doing
and
this.
there would be the Roadhouse. Which that's the name of the restaurant's Roadhouse. I don't know. I need more time. We'll think about.
Yeah,
this
I feel like we could do a bonus episode on this. Not saying we will. But we could.
I think Jurassic Park themed restaurant would be good.
Well, that already exists
sure,
almost at Universal. I was gonna say a Star Trek thing would be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Earl Grey tea, hot.
Christopher Dilworth, if you had to get trapped in Groundhog Day scenario, what would you want to get trapped in? What day would you want to get trapped in? What would you have to accomplish to escape?
Fan fest, but with water. No, there's. Oh man, it would be a day.
If you get trapped in Fan Fest, the way to get out is by collecting all of your autographs.
Oh my god, that's so great.
I just need Maurice LaMarche.
I'm kind of leaning towards saying one of the days from our trip to LA. Not the one with the Death Museum because I don't want that one over and over, but I feel like there was another sightseeing day that was perfect.
What about the day you met
I think it is the Death
first
Museum
time or the
day.
second? Yeah.
I think it is the Death Museum day, and the only way we get out is by you and Craig having to actually find a way to appreciate the Death Museum.
No.
Hey, I appreciate
I have to
and
watch
not speed out of it. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
If
Oh
I
my
could
God,
relive-
I'm not watching that whole whatever.
Dude, if I could relive any day, it's probably
maybe if Rob Sosby goes with me and is like, hey, it's okay.
the day that Afterlife comes
This
out.
is like my job.
The day Afterlife
you want to relive a day that you haven't even lived yet?
Yeah.
What?
Because every day you get to watch
You're a madman.
Every day you get to watch Ghostbusters 3 for the first time.
Yeah, but what if you hate it? And it wouldn't be the
that's
first time.
Oh yeah, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. Yeah. You
All right,
retain
then,
your
if I
memory.
could-
You can't pick a future day.
Well, there was one day where I met a girl in Bermuda.
Oh, stop.
We
You had
drank-
lobster on the beach.
Yeah.
We know.
That was a pretty good day. Okay.
We've all seen Groundhog Day.
We've
We've had some good days, though. One of our trip days, I'd say.
Dude, a day that I got Papa John's. Any of those will be fun. Hector Gonzalez, along with Craig Goldberg's Great Towel Crusade, which you can hear about, where I reclaimed my Ghostbusters towel.
Yeah.
On this week's episode of Toy Anxiety.
Yeah.
What are some toys or memorabilia that our parents or any family members still have today that need a toy heist or maybe swindle? Asking because I have a hell or high water situation with my parents right now. Operation Free Teddy Ruxpin / Kenner Ewok Village. I like the idea that your parents have those things that are like, hey, you ain't getting them back.
You think you're going to get this?
You ain't getting Teddy Ruxpins.
Yeah, my parents kind of gave me
My
all
parents don't have any of my other stuff.
At this
the towel
point,
was it.
Yeah, I just went through a bunch of my old shit. I've got like a few things, but I don't. They might have my American Girl doll Felicity. I haven't seen that in a while. That might be worth money because I've seen that at like toy stores, but I can't think of another thing they'd have.
Jake, does your mom have anything?
No, she got rid of most of my toys.
Yeah.
I don't. She didn't have anything. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Fun question.
Was fun.
Sorry.
The towel.
sorry.
I'd go
Towel.
Groundhog Day, live for my towel.
Free the towel.
So.
Almost done. What is one thing you wanted for Christmas as a kid that you never got? This is from Kevin Schott. Would you buy it today if it was available?
Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm an only child.
Jake, whatever. you
And
want.
I just got it. So.
Yeah.
I never got that electronic football game where the thing vibrates. I always wanted that.
I remember this one Christmas where I got like an inflatable chair that had glitter in it, and I got like all this Paul Frank pajama stuff and like all this new stuff to decorate my room with. I got like a whole set of inflatable furniture. It was a really good year for me.
Now, is Paul
Not
Frank
the question,
related
but
to
okay.
Lisa Frank?
No, he does like the little monkey design.
The question is something you never got.
You know what? It's getting
Abby's
towards the
just-
end here. This is why I wanted to have them accessible to read because sometimes
Abby's
I
just
tune out.
This
that I
is
tune
my.
back.
This is how great my childhood was. Like
So
everything
I got an
wanted.
American Eagle sweater. It was great. That I never got. That's so much.
Yeah.
I wanted a lot that I didn't get. I didn't ever get video games. I never got like DVDs. I always wanted a TV in my room.
Well, now you
One
have
time
that.
I wanted.
No, I
one
haven't.
time I wanted to see the Jaw Shark, and I didn't see it. So.
We know. All right, just a couple more, guys. We're going to wrap up. Eric Cook, what are your thoughts on the Mattel Jurassic Park Amber collection? The new Dr. Arnold figure is pretty sick. I think those figures are cool. I've got a weird thing about Jurassic Park where I love the franchise and I love the movies, but I never feel the urge to collect it. I don't know what it is. If I do collect anything Jurassic Park, I'll go back and get the Kenner stuff because it's one of the great toy lines of all time. But having said that, I do, and I just saw the new Malcolm and the Arnold figure. I almost said the Kevin Arnold figure. The Wonder Years Amber collection. Yeah, it does. It's a great figure. But I'm going to pass. Jake?
I don't know. I feel weird about the Amber collection. I do have the first Ian Malcolm they put out in that Raptor, but I haven't bought anything since then because some of it has looked fine. You know, like I think I would buy the Dennis Nedry if I saw it, but I don't care enough about these to like order them somewhere. If I see if I see that new one, I might pick it up just because he's never had a figure before. But like I don't know, there's something about the Amber collection I don't love.
I think I know what it is.
So the Raptors look off a little. Everything looks a little off to me.
If they were bigger waves, if they were putting out waves of 6 figures, and then they were like putting out multiple waves a year, and you could really get a big collection going.
Yeah,
but they put out like 2 figures at a time, and they've done like 5 repaints of the Raptors, and it's just not.
You can just never see them. Like I've only seen the Raptors in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool to get a Samuel L. Jackson from Jurassic Park figure. It's pretty obscure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I'll probably end up getting it. Then I'll be like, it'll be that question from earlier. Why the fuck that?
Yeah.
All right. If you were Ray, this is from Tony Taylor. If you were Ray at the end of Ghostbusters 1 and Gozer says, choose the form of the Destructor, what would your it just popped in there 100-foot tall monster be?
I mean, it's 100% going to be Godzilla. It just is.
Mine would probably be like
my cat Jonesy.
Mine would be like Corey Matthews from Boy Meets World because that would be the first thing I thought of for some reason. I think about that show a lot. Like, oh my God, it's 100-foot Ben Savage. Dude, a lot of Savage family tonight.
I want it to be Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
Okay.
He showed crying. Up all wet.
Just Bucky?
It would just be Bucky. Just Bucky's arm.
That's just Bucky's arm.
So it's kind of a unique scenario where you're supposed to clear your head and don't think of anything. Like, where does your mind just go in that moment?
Yeah.
My mind goes to my cats.
Okay.
So that would make sense.
Mine goes dark. Mine would just be like Jeffrey Dahmer for some reason. 100-foot Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mine would just be like my funeral.
Okay.
Just pops up. My cool. Dead body's just
Jake's dead body being stuffed into the barrel.
My reanimated corpse.
Stomping on the church.
You have to convince yourself that life is worth living.
Nobody stuffs their dead corpse into a Jaws barrel and steps at a church in my town. 1, 2, got him.
Wait,
that's the sound.
I like the idea
that's the proton.
That he's come from the Jaws barrel, and that's
It came from the Jaws
Jake's
barrel.
like horror story origin story.
All right, I think we got last question, folks. These are all great. We had a lot of fun tonight. We're gonna wrap up. Last one, Jose Rivera. Is The Lost World Jurassic Park a better movie than Jurassic Park 3? Why or why not? This feels like a big can of worms to open at the end of the.
This is an episode.
It might be a better film, but it's not as fun as Jurassic Park 3. That's how I feel. I would prefer to put JP3 in over The Lost World.
Okay.
Because I don't like how Jeff Goldblum is in that movie. And it rubs me the wrong way. That's my 2 cents.
So I'll agree with that. I think Jeff Goldblum is a completely different character. Like, that's not Ian Malcolm. There's nothing about the way he acts in that movie or the way that character is written that makes you think it's the same character. But I think The Lost World Jurassic Park feels closer to Jurassic Park than Jurassic Park 3 does. And as much as I do like Jurassic Park 3, there's nothing better than seeing that T-Rex like run around,
San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego. And like that whole ending is very fun. I really like the don't go into the long grass. And they're like, the raptor. Like I think Jurassic Park 2 is a better movie, but I probably have watched Jurassic Park 3 more.
Here's my hot take. Jurassic World's the second best Jurassic Park movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not the hottest of takes. It's like a lukewarm
people
take.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
I love The Lost World, but like to me, Jurassic Park is like a perfect movie. So we've talked about it a lot. The biggest problem with Jurassic Park 3 is how abruptly it ends. Yeah. It needs like 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
Because the second movie ups the ante by going to San Diego. Like, what are they going to... They're not going to go to space. But like, I kind of figured they're going to go back to the mainland. Like, seeing dinosaurs on the mainland is what we've always wanted.
Yeah. They're like, no, we're going to bring you bickering parents.
Jurassic Park 3's got a weird cast.
Yeah.
Tia...
But
Leone.
we love Trevor Morgan. We were just talking about him. And
Trevor Morgan's the greatest.
I think it's a lot of fun. It's a fun movie, like you're saying, Jake.
It is, for sure.
Well, that does it, folks. That was fun, man. Thanks for all the questions, people. Lots of good stuff. I think for the most part, we were able to tackle everything. I'm still racking my brain about this restaurant we're supposed to be starting. Abby had this great idea for a restaurant a long time ago.
Yeah, I wrote a menu. It's called Kids Table. And all the tables in the restaurant would look like the Playmobil, like the orange and yellow benches that you have seen.
So the concept for the restaurant was all the
high-end kids food.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a brioche, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like chicken tenders or spaghetti, stuff that you had growing up, comfort food, but like elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not based on a movie, though.
No, it's not based on a movie.
Yeah.
If you leave me alone with my journal in like an hour, I would come up with a lot of ideas. But right now, I don't have anything.
Abby's like, I've come up with the Avengers Infinity Wall Cafe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah, no, I love food crossovers.
That's not a good
movies.
name,
It's
is
not.
it?
Yeah, that made me mad.
What are your
Like,
specials tonight?
I want to do better.
The margarita on the Ragnaroks.
Okay.
All right, we got to stop.
Yeah, that's okay.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Happy Star Wars Day coming up next week.
Wow.
Maybe we'll get... Are we going to get our first look at like Obi-Wan or Cassian Candor? Maybe we'll get a trailer? Cassian Candor? Cassian Andor?
I was
I just called him Cassian Candor!
Cassian Candor is my new favorite character.
Dude, that's my new screen name. At Cassian Candor.
Cassian Candor.
Age, sex, location.
Somebody please draw Cassian.
All right.
Candor.
For Abigail Gardner, Jacob Walsh, my name is Craig Goldberg.
All right, later, y'all. This was fun. Thanks for the cues.
Bye.
You're welcome for the A's.
Bye.
Bye.